If you are not walking in the Spirit, you are walking in the flesh. But the flesh list is not a list of sins to avoid. Don't misunderstand. Yes, we avoid sin, but the context of this passage is for identification purposes. So in previous passages of Galatians, Paul is warning against legalism. It's the context of the book. So doing or not doing in order to be accepted by God. He says that the law was given as a tutor to show us our need for Christ. The law showed us that sin is alive in us and that we can't be made righteous by the very thing that actually exposes our unrighteousness, the law. So back in Galatians chapter 3, verses 1-4, he says, "Are you so foolish, having begun in the Spirit, are you now being made perfect by the flesh?" So no, you started by the Spirit, by the grace of God you are saved, but you're not going to be made perfect by the flesh. You're made perfect by the Spirit. So now Paul gives us a list here, this flesh list. But like the law, this list is made to expose us, not to empower us. That's why Paul says in verse 18, if you are led by the Spirit, you are not under the law. He didn't say if you try hard, you are not under the law. In fact, he would argue that trying hard is actually putting the law back on yourself. According to Galatians chapter 5, verses 4-5. You have become estranged from Christ, you who attempt to be justified by the law. You have fallen from grace. For we through the Spirit eagerly wait for the hope of righteousness by faith. So, this flesh list is an identifier showing you that you are not walking in the Spirit. You don't want to do this? Walk in the Spirit.